another edition of Chris Speaks Live. So, the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, is allowing Trump to continue to strip Venezuelan immigrants, a lot of them refugees, allowing them to strip them of their legal status. I'm sorry if the lighting sucks. I'm in my car and I can only deal with the only lighting I have is natural lighting. So anyways, so these are people, all the people that, oh, the immigrants, they need to come over and they need to do it the right way. Well, the ones that are doing it the right way are still getting punished, are still getting having their legal status stripped from them so they can be deported. So it's not about illegal immigrants and it's not about criminals. So they send these people, which are basically criminals. I mean, not criminals, excuse me. They're not criminals. These people, a lot of them are refugees. And these refugees, they're refugees because they fled from violence from the Trinidad Aragua gangs. You know, the ones that the Trump administration has basically labeled a terrorist group. So the narco terrorists, right? So you're going to send people back to where the supposed terrorists are, right? The people they fled, that they've come here as refugees, and you're going to strip them of their legal status. And I just don't get it. First, he was going after criminals. Then he was going after illegal immigrants. Now he's going after legal immigrants. And none of the legal immigrants he's going after are white guys. So why are we only going after and the ones that, oh, the majority of the illegals are blah blah blah? Well, it doesn't matter if your thing is that you're going to go after illegal immigrants, then go after white people too, go after everybody of every color, and don't profile. But instead, he's stripping people of their legal status. He did that for a guy who was a hero, who was from Afghanistan, who was a translator for the U.S. Army. And I think they sent him back to Afghanistan, and he's probably dead now. But they're taking all these people that are here legally and stripping them of their legal status so they can be deported. So what the hell is this shit? This is America first, meaning white people first, meaning we do everything. It's just bullshit, man. Trump doesn't care anything about his ego. He needs somebody to take the fall, somebody to blame for everything. So what are we doing? We're going to sit here and just keep. Why is there a war against immigrants? This country is founded on immigration. And I don't understand it. And I don't understand how people are letting this happen. And I don't understand this shit about where people are okay with ICE attacking protesters who aren't doing anything but standing on the sidewalk with signs and shit. And so it's just crazy. It's just, why are people so cruel? I mean, immigrants or not, legal or not, they're human fucking beings. They're fucking human beings, dude. And if you think it's okay to treat human beings like that, to beat the shit out of them, because they do that every time, throw them down on the ground, do all this stuff, and they're not just illegal immigrants. They do it to legal immigrants. They do it to citizens because they don't give a shit. They see a Mexican person, a Hispanic person, whatever, and that's all they see. And they see them as guilty. And it doesn't matter if they're a citizen. They don't care. They grab them first so they can get the bounty. And this is the thing. There's the bounty. They get the bounty regardless of who they grab. And so, of course, they're going to grab everybody. It's in their best interest to profile. And don't say they're not profiling. Like, there was this one video I saw. This guy was filming, and then they had to unzip tie his mom, but he was getting mad, and they were telling him to calm down. And he's like, well, you profiled her. And they said, no, we didn't. He said, you're profiling. We are not profiling her. And then he said, well, what did she do that you had to stop her? And there was silence. And then he's like, dude, let her go. This is ridiculous. You can't do this. Be quiet. You better watch it or we'll arrest you for being angry that you profiled his mom and put handcuffs on her when she was a citizen and she did nothing wrong, because you see a Hispanic person and you don't see a person. You don't see a person. Nobody freaking cares. Like, you expect, you've got this idea that it doesn't matter, that they're not human beings, but they are human beings. You can't brutalize them. You can't put them in these fucking camps where they're not even being treated as well as people in prison, and deny them their rights, deny them their right to what did they say? Where you have right to cancel, your right to due process. You can't do those things and just treat people like they don't have any rights. Everybody in this country has the same rights. The rights of the Constitution protect everybody in this country. Apparently not anymore. Apparently, civil rights don't matter to this administration. Nothing matters to this administration. And God forbid we fucking call them Nazis, because if we do that, you blame that on the death of Charlie Kirk, not the fact that Charlie Kirk was a fucking reprehensible piece of shit. He didn't deserve to die, but he didn't get fucking killed because the rhetoric of the left. He got killed because his own rhetoric. The guy was a racist, and you can't prove that he's not a racist. Everything he said was racist. He stuck with the racist things. He was always talking shit about black people. Always. And then when any time he ever talked about, about minorities, he always went straight to black. And I love these guys, him and the Trump administration, they go batshit over DEIA. It's not DEI, it's DEIA. They leave the A out on purpose because the A is accessibility. And they know that if nobody's gonna fucking be cool with fucking with people with disabilities. But at the same time, you don't care about women, you don't care about people of other colors getting opportunities that they won't have if they're just left to their devices. The thing is that hiring practices and admittance into the college, a lot of practices, if they weren't made to go by these standards, there wouldn't be minorities in the school. There wouldn't be black people. There wouldn't be Hispanic people. It's not because they're not qualified. It's because there's racist assholes in this country, and you literally have to make laws and you literally have to make policy, or these people will deny other people rights. And that's the whole thing. And DEIA stands for, what does it stand? Diversity, inclusion, I don't know what the other one is. Is it inclusion and DEI, diversity. What is the E? Equity, inclusion, and accessibility. And these programs help women too, and they help a lot of the times help disabled people. And nobody's gonna fucking hire someone if they're not qualified. Okay, so back to this shit. They're these immigrants like garbage. They're treating protesters like garbage. He goes and he's going to send troops to Chicago to protect ICE from beating the shit out of people. Wait, what? What are they protecting them from? ICE is like literally attacking people, and they'll like throw them down and they'll like beat the shit out of them. And if like even after they're thrown down, their foot accidentally touches the ICE agent or their hand or something accidentally touches, they arrest them for assault. So this is where we are in this country. We're in a situation where we have fascism, and I'm not going to say it's not fascism because it's fascism. I'm not going to not call you if you want me to not call you a fascist, if you want me to not call you a Nazi, stop acting like fascists, stop acting like Nazis, stop protecting this administration and their evil fucking ways. They're evil. I mean, not in like a freaking like ooh evil like the devil, but like they don't give a shit about people in this country. They're only caring. I hope you guys can actually see me. I guess you're mostly seeing my silhouette and hearing my voice. So We're living in a country that there's people in here that are okay with people not having rights, and they're okay with the goddamn right declaring fucking war on all liberals and trying to declare us all terrorists. For what? For signs? Standing with deadly sign, I guess. And they're trying to, like, everything this asshole is doing, this administration is doing, is harming our country. It's not making our country better. It's making it worse. Getting rid of, just think about all the money that's spent to hire the ICE agents, to send them, to deploy them, to send them here and there. It's taking a shitload of money out of the economy. You're getting rid of a lot of hard workers that pay tax revenue from their jobs and never get any benefits of it. And you're kicking them out of the country, and you're literally fucking up the economy doing so. They were not a drain on the economy. As a matter of fact, they were a good thing for the economy. And if you want to get into the whole thing of well, they don't pay them enough, well, let's pay them enough. Let's make laws that you can't fucking cheat anyone, no matter whether they're legal or illegal. The most of the people that do that are conservatives and Trump supporters, the people who own the businesses, the farms, whatever. Why aren't they getting punished? Well, they might get a little bit of a fine. No, you're punishing the victims, but you're not going after the people that are basically I'm not having trouble finding the word. The people who are exploiting them, let's just either do nothing or just give them a small fine. But instead, you punish the exploited. So we sit here and as far as I know, a lot of the country does not agree with all this shit that's going on. But the fact that any of you do, the fact that anybody is okay with this bullshit, and you're okay with wasting money to send troops here and there where they can't do anything. And if he tries to make them do things and kill citizens just for fucking protesting, just for having a protest, then he's going to have a war on his hands. And do you really think that the military is going to fucking be on his side? Maybe some of them, but I guarantee you, fucking the majority of the military is not going to attack American citizens when they haven't done anything wrong. We have the right to protest. We have the right to do these things, and to try to make, well, the one thing he did, the thing of he's trying to make, and it's just like I made an executive order to make Antifa terrorists. Well, in a group to be able to make a terrorist group, and what he's going to do is he's going to label every liberal Antifa, and then try to send the military to kill us if he wants to. He wants them to use force, but they can't because of the Constitution and because of something called the Posse Comitatus Act, which does not allow U.S. soldiers to be deployed for law enforcement unless it's an extreme case of like the LA riots and shit back in the day. And we haven't had any situation like this lately. And I mean, even like some of the Black Lives Matter, some of it got out of hand because there were people just take advantage of the fact that the police were busy fucking with people who were protesting peacefully. So the criminals went and did shit and started fires and all kinds of stuff. So, and even in that, it wasn't that bad. They tried to make it worse than it was. Nobody sent troops out there. And there's definitely nothing that's gone on in this last year that's going to basically make that okay. Because it's not okay. The troops are not allowed by law, but there's an actual law that doesn't allow them to do that. There's the Constitution that doesn't allow it. The soldiers are not to be used to attack citizens. And that's why they're standing around doing nothing and taking out trash and raking leaves and just standing around buildings because they can't do anything. So you're wasting a bunch of money to have a bunch of dudes stand around and they can't do anything. So, I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. Just all of this is insane. And if you can't see the parallels between what they're trying to do and what the Nazis did in Germany in the 1930s, then you're blind. You are blind. They are straight up doing Nazi shit. They are straight up fucking the shit for Charlie Kirk. That wasn't a memorial. That was a goddamn Nazi fucking whatever you call it. What do they call them? Trump has them all the time. They're whatever. It was a big ass fucking Nazi convention, and like Stephen Miller straight up paraphrased shit from a goddamn Nazi speech. These are the fucking people we're dealing with. We are dealing with Nazis who are trying to fuck up our country, and we're not going to back down. There's no need for fucking violence. You don't use violence unless, of course, I mean, if you're attacked and you're needing to defend yourself, that's one thing. But we're not going to use violence. We're going to use non-violent resistance. Get out there, fucking protest. Get out there, march. I know it's scary. I know you don't want to get attacked by rubber bullets. I'd be out there. I'd be protesting. But you know what? I have health issues that keep me from doing that. So I'd like to be out there. Shit, I fucking single-handedly protested the Afghanistan war at my college back in California. And before you say anything about that, the reason I did that was because just days into that conflict, they blew up a village, killing hundreds of people. And they're like, well, we got 2 terrorists. And I was like, that's so fucked up. And nobody had the balls but me to do it. So don't say I won't do it. But if you can't do it like me, then get on YouTube, get on social media, get on and call this shit out for what it is. It's fascism. Flat out textbook fascism. Look it up. Look at what they're doing and tell me that they're not fascist. And don't say that, oh, if they're all the violence from the left, which isn't very much. And we still don't know what the fuck the guy was. We don't know shit about the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, man. They say he's not speaking, but I mean, we don't even know if he's still alive or if he's even, did the guy really do it? Why do they have no information? Why is it 2 weeks later and we still don't know shit about the shooter? And there's no information. There's nothing suggesting that he was a liberal, because just because someone's gay or transgender or is a guy in a relationship with a transgender person doesn't make them not liberal. You don't have to be liberal to be gay or transgender or whatever. And so don't blame that shit on that. And the thing is, if you look at the evidence, besides some slogans that were put on the bullets, which really are just have nothing to do with political anything, it has to do with memes and games and shit. If you look at it, he's from a Trump supporting family. He's from a Mormon conservative family, gun culture family. That's the kind of shit that happens when you fucking brainwash people. That's what they do. So, and when somebody does something, stop pointing the finger at the whole other party. Yes, okay, if we want to look at the statistics, right-wing violence far outweighs any left-wing violence. Is there left-wing violence too? Yes, because there's crazies on both sides. But the thing is that the crazies on the other side are more militant. But you blame that person. You blame the people that radicalize them. You blame the radicals. You don't blame an entire party. You don't say, oh, without even having evidence, assuming that they're liberal, and then having people go on Fox News say we're going to war, having people on YouTube saying that let's go to door and clean house. This is what I think about that. Fuck that shit, man. We don't need that violence. We don't need that bullshit. And we don't need this blame game. And both sides do it. I've done it too. But this is getting out of hand, man. It doesn't mean we have to be cool with fascism. It doesn't mean we have to have to put up with it, but it does mean that we got to be nicer to each other. And I'm going to try to do that. And either no one's watching or I accidentally turned off the live comments because I don't see them. But usually, like with them, I just started doing the live things, and there's assholes on here that are so fucking mean, and they're mean for no reason. Oh, wait, here's someone I'm watching. Oh, one person's watching. I'm just saying, like, even the internet is so mean. The people on the internet, they're just so mean half the time, and it's like I've learned in the live streams that if you got all these trolls on there, they'll do anything they can to try to derail what you're trying to say and try to just like discredit you and stuff. And it's like, okay, if you don't like it, then don't watch me, man. I mean, you don't have to. And it's like, but that's what trolls do. They'll like purposely go through social media, purposely go through find videos on YouTube that they know they're going to disagree with when it's live, so they can sit there and a bunch of shit come out of their mouth and just be assholes. And you know, it's one thing. I think there was one guy that he was still kind of mean, but I forgot what his name was, but we kind of were cool at the end. And but he actually was talking about something that I was talking about had to do with. There's another time where some guy was just, I don't know what he was saying. He was just putting out like gibberish, and it was just getting annoying. And then the last time I had people just being mean and trying to shut down the conversation, and then telling me that because I asking them to be nice that I'm trying to censor. You know, they say, well, you know, YouTube is public. Yeah, YouTube, the site is public, but this is my own personal video channel. And if you're mean, I can block you. I can turn off the comments. I could just ignore you. And at a certain point, I'm trying to figure out more how to moderate this. But anyways, I've kind of gone off subject. It's just, what was the original thing? It's just, okay, if there's one thing about, okay, and I still disagree with you. I think it's unnecessary and too much money to spend to deport everyone. But that's one thing if they're illegal immigrants. But this thing of stripping people of their legal status so they can be deported, allowing ICE to basically pick up anybody who looks Mexican or Hispanic or Latino, whatever, and just grab them, get the bounty for them, and when they find out they were citizens and finally look at the paperwork they were trying to show them, then they release them. And this is bullshit. This is America. This is not Nazi Germany. You want to be a fucking Nazi, go to Germany. Well, they won't even want you. They don't want Nazis either. They're done with Nazis. They had the real Nazis. They don't want half-ass Nazis. Well, anyways, I'm going to go because I got something to go to. And all right, I didn't schedule. The problem is usually I have more viewers, and I had technical difficulties because I had set it for like an hour after I was originally on there. Good luck. Thanks. I can't really see your name because my eyes suck and the lighting in here sucks and it's a small ass screen. All right. Well, I'll see everybody later.